I think it's important to accept the tragedy and the brokenness in the world because it helps put the hope and the promise of the gospel in relief and contrast. The fact that we all yearn for a world that we are not yet experiencing, that Jesus is inaugurated and that we get to participate in making all things new alongside him. My name is Shane Tucker, and I had the great privilege of being my mother's son for the 14 years that I was with her, and enjoyed lots of memories of life lived with her on many adventures. I was an only child, and I was also living with a single mother for most of our life as a family. And she was a clear demonstration to me of God's love and of a love for people and of all that he's made in the beautiful world in which we live. My mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer when I was 9. She was 32 years old, and she was given 1 year to live, but prayed and asked the Lord to give her 5. And she passed when I was just 2 days before my 14th birthday, actually, and she was 37 years old. Watching her push and give and fight to stay alive because of love and to take care of me as best as she was able is a great demonstration of what the Lord has done for us in Christ. Her upbringing was not without challenge itself. She lost her eldest sister when she was 8 to leukemia, and that took a big toll on the family. And then my grandfather, her dad, ended up passing away not many years later from a difficult to diagnose disease. And so there was a lot of loss early on in the family. But she was somebody who loved life to the full, always made people, it seems like, as I hear them describe her, feel more alive themselves, that when they were around her. My mom was my life, and she became my best friend, actually, too, growing up. She was so much fun and full of life. It was shocking probably to her and many others when she had this diagnosis. She started chemo. She signed up to be on an experimental drug because it was so advanced to try to slow it down. And so all that was happening while I was 9. Looking back through her own struggle, particularly with the illness, it was just me taking care of her a lot of times. When she was ill after chemo on the sofa or in her bed, cleaning up her vomit, and getting food for her. And, she was just too sick to move sometimes. We had church hopped when I was younger, visiting some where friends were. She decided to go to a different church. And eventually she told me I needed to come with her. While I wasn't a Christian, I'd been in church most of my life. I could tell that everyone was worshiping out of the same heart or the same intent. Not long after, the youth pastor asked me if I wanted to give my life to Jesus. And I was 12. And I said yes, and I've been on that adventure ever since. So really, I like to say at times that my mother helped give birth to me twice, both physically, but also she was God's midwife in a sense to help me to meet Jesus as well. I have her journals today. I received them years after she passed. Have really been a boon to me, a gift, great gift that she's left. And as I've read through them over the years, I've read prayers that she's prayed asking God to do things in my life, which almost every single one of them, if not all, have come to fruition, which is amazing to see that God's faithfulness even after she's passed. Some of those entries were actually her writing to me. Didn't tell me she was doing it at the time, so I found them years later. I found recently a little note she had written, which was in one of the books on my bookshelf that I inherited from her. She's just talking about an everyday kind of experience of the busyness of life. So she says, God, I've missed so much since we've been apart. I shouldn't say we. You've always been there. I just had to knock. It's been better since I've been back in touch, and I hope to continue to be in touch. And pray that I'm constantly reminded of that by daily happenings. Just looking at Shane should give me strength in knowing that you're there and working in my life. And all the beautiful friends, they are all beautiful. It's been so long since I've stopped to listen, to hear, the beauty of the earth, smell the beauty, too busy. That's no excuse, because you're always available to talk to anytime, and all I have to do is knock. So I found that last year, and I framed it and put it on my bookshelf as a reminder to me to slow down and just be grateful for all the gifts God gives in our lives, the people, the places, the experiences, His love.